Greetings. Guten Tag. Konnichiwa. Ni hao. Annyeonghaseyo. Ciao. Buongiorno. Bonjour. Hola. Alo. Hello and welcome again to BC Weapons International. I'm BC, and today we're going to do a review on the Cold Steel OKatana. Some will call it an Odachi or an Odachi, but it just basically means big katana. And this thing is exactly that. This thing is pretty darn massive. 36-inch blade, 13-inch handle, 8mm thickness through and through. She's a big one. Now, they say that this thing is 3 pounds, but that's probably the heaviest 3 pounds I've ever felt. Big old 3 pounds. Look at that nice bohie. Now, the bohie is actually somewhat shallow. It goes all the way through to the Becky. Little dirt. Now, that is, I believe it's a fake. I know it's fake. I'm not sure if it's silk or cotton. This is fake. I can feel the plastic shards in it. It's fake silk. I believe those fittings are iron, brass, Seppa and Habaki, brass, Manuki. Look at those transitions, though. Everybody frets about transitions. Look at that. Look how clean that is. And it is. It's very smooth. I was actually quite surprised. The cleanness. Very nice, very nice. Check out the thickness. All the way through. Hopefully you can see it. All that thickness. Thick. Feel it? No deformation at all. No deformation at all. Now they say this thing is 3 pounds, but my God. All the weight is 12 inches out. I mean, it is out here. 3 pounds. This is the heaviest 3 pounds. This feels more like 5 pounds. 7 pounds. This thing is fine. This thing is heavy. But if you learn on something like this, then everything else is a featherweight. Big, heavy. Check out that cool I mean, it's done reasonably well. But yeah, this is good. Good piece. For the money, for the price that Cold Steel's asking for these, close to $1,000. No, half that price. I mean, comparatively, no, because there's other things on the market that are comparatively better. But, you know, but it's hard. You're not going to find these dimensions on anything else. So, you know, if you could get them for anything under $400 or $500, that's great. $500, yeah, okay. Anything more, no. No way. Okay, so now flash to the future, or the present because it's now, but it'll be the past when you see it. But what I've done is my plan now, as you can see here, took it all apart, and my plan now is to put on a bunch of different fittings. I'm going to show you. And I am going to have to make an entirely new handle for this thing because the wood used before was incredibly light. And it's amazing because taking the koshire and everything off of it actually threw the weight back like an inch and a half, which is the weirdest thing to me. You know, that taking off everything brings the weight back. You think it would just keep the weight the same or throw it forward, but no, it threw it back. So that blows my mind. I don't even understand how that works. That's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. It totally has, yeah. It totally has better handling now. You know? Anyway. Why do I do this? Because just to keep moisture from it and not having to deal with having to clean it up again before it gets mounted and everything. Or measured for the suka. But just real quick, I'm gonna show you my plans. Look at all those. Look at all these things. Just tons of sword parts. Tons of sword parts, tons of wrapping, tons of semigawa. Alright. Good stuff. Good stuff. Bunch of suba. This is what I use. Best stuff in the world. But yeah, tons of subas. Tons of different subas. Thinking like that. This is going to be another project. I have an idea for this. Nature's Sting or Nature's Wasp, I think, something. I've got a blade in mind. Brown and green. It's gonna be nice. More stuff. But yeah, what is it? This was the old Suka core. Not cracked, so you know it was good. But man, this thing is light. Like this is way heavier. Way heavier. This is a Seawode katana core. Like the heavy, the wood on this is way heavier. And then what is this? This is a Dragon Spring Batosai. Blah blah blah. It's got a wicked curve. I'll show you the blade real quick. Look at that. Look at that curvature. This is the curvature of the Dragon Spring Batosai. I don't know. I think it's like an anime sword that they turned into a real usable sword. But yeah, it's a sick curve. And definitely more, just makes everything light as hell. Jesus Christ. And it's got the traditional Japanese, you're not going to be able to see it, but it's got a traditional Japanese polish where the polish, see, almost, polish is like on the edge. The edge has got the milky white rather than, you can kind of see it. But the edge has got the milky white rather than, so Japanese now. It's a nice piece, but that will be turned into nature's sting or nature's wrath or nature's something. And then this is a Cold Katana that I'm going to turn into something else. Just make it cool. Anyway, back to this. So, my idea for this bad boy is this, and probably like this. And of course, get your black seppa. Gotta have the black seppa. Maybe this. I don't know. Maybe that. But definitely, bam. I've been looking for ends like this forever. Big ones, big brass ones. This stuff is solid. This came off the Dragon Spring, Batosai, Henimasa, Sakimana, blah 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 blah. So that's sweet. Got my Tachi, Handachi, Magachi, Yodachi, and Nunumachi. Alright, that's it. That's my idea. And then all black. Yeah, all black. Here's the Hibaki for it. I shined it up a bit. It was a bitch getting it off. Check out those horrible. But this is going to be a trainer, so I don't really care how. It still goes on and off, but yeah, that was a bitch. Look, it kind of sucks. It was stuck on there. Man. Kinda cool. Shine that one up. Use my Dremel. Got a Dremel. Ooh. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm actually got a jewelry polisher on the way. I start polishing up all my Hibakis, making them all shiny. Didn't do it to that one. I didn't do it to that one. Oh, there, kind of did it to that a little bit. I'm gonna paint this. Yeah, I didn't touch that. Whoop. What is that? That's an end. That's a Kashira for the nature's wrath, nature's sting, something. Help me name it. Nature's something. It's got that. It's a. What is that? A scorpion and something else. It's got a. Cicaded, praying mantis. The this is a weird one because the seppas are gonna sit weird. I'm gonna have to file all this out to fit the tang that it goes on, but man. Still cool. Will this face you? This is gonna face you, right? The ornate stuff always faces the practitioner, I guess, for whatever stupid reason. I would have this stuff facing out, so it distracts your opponent, because then it's like, oh, it looks kind of cool. You know, I want you to be if you're distracted by my sword, you're not going to be paying attention to my movements. So I kind of want, you know, I kind of want, it depends on the situation. Yeah, it depends on the situation. But in a way, I kind of want a blingy sword. Because if it's all shiny and shit, you know, like dude's gonna be like, damn, look at that sword, you know? He's gonna be distracted by your sword. And plus, you could, you know, reflect the sunlight or something. I don't know. Whatever. Be stupid. Yeah. I'm gonna shine this up and take all that fake, ugly, fake, dirty, fake ass antiquing off. I'm gonna paint this up. Got a bunch of paint coming, a bunch of metal paint coming. So we're gonna start putting out some nice stuff, and I'll keep you guys all informed about it. I'll show you as it progresses. Not everything, but you know, enough. And all those brass suppas and Makugis. All right. That's my idea. Well, that's my idea for that thing. So here you go. All right, Lenny. Peace out. Stay aware out there.